Everyone, and welcome to New Student Orientation for Art Portfolio. My name is Megan Evans and I'm the instructor for the course. I just want to first say congratulations for being accepted into the program, and I'm really excited for the next 2 years that we're going to spend together making some amazing art. I want to start today to check out our website. Okay, this is our Art Portfolio website. There's a link to this on the Fort Hays website, and it will allow you to come back and revisit. Has a lot of information that you'll be able to go through kind of at your own pace. Okay, but to get us started, let's just talk about this class overview. Okay, the art portfolio program is designed to empower students to create high-level portfolios through the use of traditional art making materials and digital art. Students will explore the diverse ways of creating art and even explore ways to blend traditional and digital media together, and an emphasis will be placed on technique and idea development. These two pieces here kind of demonstrate both the digital and the traditional that were completed this year by juniors. The one on the left being traditional pencil drawing, the one on the right being digital. Just so you know a little bit about me, my name is Megan Evans, and I'm a professional artist who shows locally and in the Midwest area. I often enter juried shows. I've shown all over in different types. Some are like women's only shows. I've exhibited at the Ohio State Fair competition, landscape exhibitions. So I really kind of have a wide range of places where I've shown my work. And when people ask me, what is your profession? I will say I'm an artist first and an educator second. And the reason I say that is because my whole heart and soul is about creating, but I love to educate and share all the things that I know. So although I say I'm an educator second, it is still really important to me. And that's why I've been teaching with Columbus City Schools for the last 20 years, because I want to share all the things that I know about being an artist in this art world with our young people and help them get started on their path. And so here's just a few of my work. That's enough about me, because what I really want to start learning is more about you. So I'm going to ask you to click this All About You link and take it out to a Google form. Okay, the important areas that I need you to make sure you fill in is the email, because I would like us to try to meet in person at the beginning of June for a WebEx meeting where we can discuss the summer assignment, get to know each other a little bit, all of those things. Okay, but then after this kind of basic information at the front, there's a couple fun kind of questions at the bottom. Once you fill everything in, go ahead and hit submit, and that's going to send it back to me. Also on this first page, our home page, okay, is a link out to the syllabus. I'm not going to go over the syllabus tonight just because we are limited for time, and I'm going to go over the syllabus at the beginning of the school year to make sure there aren't any questions. But feel free to take a look at any of that information. If you do have questions, you can contact me via email, and I'll get back to you. What I do want to spend our time on, though, is looking at the summer assignment. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take this link out to the summer assignment. Okay, first and foremost, you're going to need a sketchbook. Okay, 8.5 by 11, which is about the same size as copy paper. Okay, I often get mine at Michael's. They always have a 40% off coupon, and they're usually priced around $10. So you can get a nice sketchbook for about $6. I wouldn't spend any more than $10 on your sketchbook. Okay, but you want to make sure that it's a nice sketchbook, because you're going to be using it all year long. I also recommend getting one that isn't spiral bound, but instead a hardbound, because oftentimes throughout the year that spiral starts coming out and it snags on things, the book starts falling apart, and then you're losing pages out of your sketchbook. Okay, so once you have that sketchbook, then you're ready to get started with the art history part. Okay, traditionally artists in history have been mentored through an apprenticeship where they work underneath master artists. And so in that light, we are going to kind of look at other artists' work. So since we're in this COVID-19 situation, I decided that we could do this virtually by looking at the Art Institute of Chicago, which has a great online collection. So here in the blue is the link to that collection. Once you get there, you're just going to kind of peruse around. There's lots of pages of images and just see what kind of catches your eye. You're going to pick one piece that you're most interested in learning more about and kind of studying, and you are going to then create a double page layout. On one side, okay, you're going to do more of the art history piece. What's the time period, the style? You're going to do a written description of the artwork, and make sure you're really specific when you're doing your writing. Okay, so that would include things like there's a girl in the lower left-hand corner that has dark brown hair and a red dress, and her hair is in 2 braids with red bows at the end. Be very specific about your description, because that's what's going to create a real visual image for people who are reading it. Okay, also you have printed image of the artist's work. Okay, now I realize everybody might not have a printer at home, so if you don't have a printer, no problem. Just go ahead and make sure you write down what the title of the artwork is. All right, and then finally a summary about why you chose the artist. What about that artist's work caught your eye? All right, and then on the other side of your sketchbook, you are going to create an artwork that is inspired by your artist. Okay, and so you're not going to copy their work directly, which is how an apprentice would work, but instead you're going to use this work as your inspiration. So you might choose to use the same color palette or technique or media, up to you, but it should be pretty clear how one artwork has inspired the other. Okay, make sure you fairly fill the entire page, make sure you're considering your composition and how you're using the elements of art and principles of design. All right, and then after that, you are going to work reflectively. So I would like you to choose one artwork that you've created in the past, and I would like you to write about it, okay? And this is why. We as artists need to be self-reflective and think about our work and the things that need to be improved and the things that are working well in it. And this is really one of the best traits an artist can have, to really be thinking about the quality of the work. Okay, and so start off by writing about those things that really work in this artwork. What's great about it? What do you love about it? Right? And then also do the opposite of that. Okay? If you could change anything, what would you change? Maybe you did it as a pencil drawing and you think it'd be better as a painting, right? So you're going to get to then recreate this artwork, okay? So you're gonna write about it first, then you're gonna recreate it. And those things that were awesome and that you loved, keep. And those things that, I wasn't so crazy about, go ahead and change those, right? And then recreate that piece, right? And see, like, what's the difference between them after you get done, okay? As artists, this is a really important quality to have. All right, then a couple shorter things, okay? The first one is on college, okay? There are liberal arts schools and there's fine arts schools. And there's a difference in the way they have you do your coursework and your credits. And so what I would like you to do is get on and look at what the similarities between the two different types of schools are and what are the differences in terms of the credits needed. And how do the difference in the coursework prepare someone for their career, okay? So kind of comparing those two things. All right, then the next one is National Portfolio Day. National Portfolio Day happens every year all across the country, and it's an opportunity for high school students to have their work reviewed by professionals that work at universities and colleges. And this is an opportunity to also get great feedback, but also opportunities for scholarships. Okay, so what I would like you to do is to get on and kind of do a Google search for National Portfolio Day. What are the locations in Ohio this year, because they rotate, and what are the dates if they're posted yet? And then finally, what should you take to National Portfolio Day? What should be included? What kinds of things should be in that portfolio? So kind of write all of that stuff down so that you have that list when it's time to get ready for it in late October is usually when it is. All right, and then careers and employment. Okay, so you're going to choose 10 careers that require a degree in visual art. Then you're going to choose 3 of these to write a job description for. So what type of schooling is required? What are the artistic responsibilities? What kind of pay scale? All of that kind of thing. Okay, and then also write about why this was appealing to you as a possible career. And then finally, draw a little icon that demonstrates the career. Okay, below this is just some helpful hints about how to manage your time, and then also sketchbook hints. Okay, the biggest thing to remember about your sketchbook is that it should represent you, and it should really speak to your ideas, right, and what inspires you. So feel free to add way more than what I've asked. This is just a minimum, okay? But anything that inspires you, that you want to work on, okay, that's what this sketchbook is for, all right? And then finally, here is the assessment. You can always kind of use the assessment as a guide of how, of the things that need to be included, and you can see what's going to be assessed. This looks pretty typical of my rubrics. I'm pretty specific about each of the elements I've asked you to include. And the reason being is I feel like it gives you better feedback. And so all of our rubrics that we use in class will look similar to this. All right, so let's head back to our website. Also in this resources for juniors is the Remind app. I use Remind to send out quick reminders for WebEx meetings, for don't forget homework's due tomorrow, all of those sorts of things. So if you could please join our Remind group. Yours is at 8BGA9B. You'll text that to 81010. I know I said that really fast, but again, you can access this website through the Fort Hays website. This link will be on here. All right, other things that are here are the school form, cell phone policy, consent for release, internet use policy, and then here at the bottom is my contact information. All right, so let's take a look now at the classes that you'll be taking your junior year. Okay, the 2 classes are Visual Design Primer and Digital Media Art. Each are worth 1.5 credits. And as you can tell by their names, they are both digital heavy. But like I said before, we will blend traditional media in as well, because I do feel like having a good basis and foundation in traditional art making skills really helps in the design process. And so we will be using both throughout our course. All right, and then just to kind of wrap up, I just wanted to be able to share with you our Instagram handle is Fort_Hays_art. So if you'd like to follow us and see what students are working on, please join that. And then just so that you can get an idea, this is work created this past year from juniors and seniors. So just kind of take it in. Notice that both traditional and digital media pieces are represented. All right. So just to kind of come back to our homepage one last time, and a couple big reminders. Number 1, this All About You is really important for me. So please make sure that you hit this link and fill out your form. Also, the summer assignment and syllabus are attached here in the resources, along with how to join my Remind group. And then finally, if you need to get a hold of me, please email me. This is my school email address, but we also have an account just for class through Gmail, artportfolio.fhcc. We use that for all sorts of things, especially for turning in digital work during the class. But I'm on both of these emails all the time. So if one is easier to use than the other, then please. But any questions that you have before we actually meet via WebEx in June, please reach out to me. And again, I'm so excited for the next 2 years, and hope you all have a great night. Thank you.